Welcome, everybody, to episode 9 of the DenSI 2015 podcast. Glad to have you along once again. We have three amazing panelists who are very excited to be here, especially Matt Graves. He said there's nowhere else he'd rather be than right here at the DenSI podcast. So, Matt, we're very excited about that. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. We're going to start with Kelly first, going from left to right of my window. Kelly, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, I am Kelly Hammond, and I am from Hanover, Pennsylvania, right above the Maryland line, right outside of Gettysburg, and this will be my second DenSI. My first was last year in Nashville.
All right. Well,
And you want to know my role?
Yeah, tell us what you do.
Okay, I work with a K-12 school system in Carroll County, Maryland, and I am an instructional technology coordinator.
All right. Welcome, Kelly. Laura, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm Laura Murphy, and I'm in Southern California, and right now I teach at an all-girls Catholic high school, and I'm there. I do technology, and I do graphic design, and I think next year I'm going to be teaching engineering. Oh, and I think I've been to DenSI like 4 times, and I'm just like in a quiet state of depression about not being able to go to this year's.
You'll be joining the Not at DenSI group online, of course.
Yes, I will be at the Not at DenSI group.
All right. Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt Graves from beautiful, beautiful East Tennessee. I work for Oak Ridge Schools in District Technology Support. I'm a former classroom teacher. I love music, love the outdoors, and I cannot be more excited to be attending again. I think I'm more excited this year than I was last year because we really don't know what to expect.
I would agree.
Yeah, if I recall, Matt, you were very excited last year. I'm pretty nervous now if I remember from our talks, but I'm glad to have you back on board. Matt, I noticed behind you got a Denapalooza sign back there. Will you talk to us a little bit about how the Den has changed a little bit this year, kind of your networking and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, I didn't know that was back there. That's just completely an accident. I guess that came from Tenapalooza that we just had in Knoxville back in May. Tremendously exciting event to bring wonderful people in from literally all over the country. What the Den has meant to me, it has allowed me to connect and grow in ways that I never ever envisioned. It's made me a better educator. One of the amazing things is that somebody, you're connected to somebody now that knows someone, that knows something, that can connect you with something. There's really nothing in education technology that you don't have a resource for now. Not only all the great things from Discovery, but the greatest thing is the people. And I could talk for an hour and I'll calm down. I'm sorry.
Resource or resource for our Canadian listeners. Kelly, anything you want to add on to that?
I would definitely agree with Matt's comments. This has been a lifeline for me this year because we are new to Discovery Education in our school system, and being the only individual there's 3 individuals in our school system, but being one of 3 that support over 27,000 students, I get questions that I need to turn to someone, and the Den has been a lifeline for me this year to be able to ask questions and put people in touch with the people that know the answers.
All right. Laura, as someone who isn't able to attend in person this year but virtually, how are you still able to use the network?
Well, I mean, I use the network on a daily basis through social media and just checking to see what people post on Facebook. And if I was on Twitter, I'm sure I would check there as well. But mostly I just look at Facebook, and I mean, there's just like a huge amount of resources and ways you can help and communicate and just keep it going. And then just the personal connections, like there are some people that I'll text pretty often, and just to see how they're doing, and that like family and that connection is always there.
Absolutely. Real quick, Matt and Kelly, have either of you come up with your costumes for Thursday night?
I've been thinking. Last year was my first, summer institute, and I had no idea what to think about a costume. And then, after having experienced my first summer institute, I don't know. I kind of want to do some kind of pun or think off the beaten path for the history. So I've been thinking about a few ideas, but I haven't quite worked it out yet. Of course, mine has to be ready by this week, though, because I'm on vacation and traveling.
There you go. Matt?
Oh, I'm sure I don't have any idea what I'm going to be. No, I don't really have any idea what I really can't talk about it. I really wanted to reuse my Freddie Mercury costume from last year, but apparently that's not going to work very well. So I'm coming up with something new.
Can't talk about it or are not allowed to talk about it?
Oh, I'd just rather it be a surprise.
All right. Kelly, you're pretty close, actually. You're driving to Summer Institute, right?
I am.
Now, we talked a little bit about driving yourself and that connection you had as a chauffeur, if you will, from the airport, and kind of how you were able to meet people. And Kelly, I believe, actually said you were the first Den face that she met. So and she stuck around. So Matt, will you talk a little bit about that experience, and then Kelly could talk about that as well.
Yeah, of course, I was extremely thrilled to be chosen to go to Den SI last year. And then you find out it's in your same state, and at first you would think, oh, that's a disappointment because you'd like to travel somewhere amazing. But it was great because I was able to drive, and I thought, well, what can I do because I know the city? So I just volunteered to pick people up from the airport, and it was great because you got to meet people, and they just assumed you'd been to Den SI 4 or 5 times, and they didn't know. I played Three Truths and a Lie with a lot of them, and I was telling stories, and most of the things were true, and I was pointing things out like a tour guide, but I was also sliding some stuff in there just to see, who was really paying attention or what. It was really fun meeting everybody.
Kelly, what was it like to be picked up by this guy in the car?
It was great. I didn't know anyone going to the Summer Institute, and so to have Matt show up with a big hug, and he was picking up our bags, and we had a blast. It was the best. It was the best first experience, first touch with the Den. So Matt, it made a lasting impression, and it was a lot of fun. So I don't know DC as well. In all honesty, I've never driven in DC. So I'm willing to drive because I'm willing to have the same experience and meet everyone. But I don't know that I'll be able to point out too much. I mean, I've visited DC plenty, but I might have to take your Three Truths and a Lie and try it out.
I'll tell you what my lie was if you want to know.
Absolutely.
On my first loop, I got lost, but I didn't want to say that. I mean, I sort of knew where I was, but I took the wrong turn. So I knew that Vice President Biden was in town. So I said, oh, you know what, the traffic is terrible over there because Vice President Biden is here and the streets are shut down. So I just used that all day. I was telling everybody that we had to alter our route because of that.
There you go. Using the SOS strategies even when least expected. Love it, Matt. Now, did people know you were playing Three Truths and a Lie as you were going?
No. They
No.
don't know now. When they watch it now, they'll know for the first time.
This is the first time it's been brought to the public's attention. All right, well, there you go, 2014 attendees. If you got picked up by Matt Graves, he's a liar, just so you know. 25% of the time. Laura, I don't even know where to go from here. Laura, will you talk just about? I honestly don't know. You know what, Laura? Let's go to Laura's list. Maybe we need some theme music or something now for Laura's list.
All right.
All right. This is Laura's list. These are the what's this one? The top.
This is top 10 things to do and to get the best from Den SI.
There you go. I'm glad you know.
So number 6 is mingle, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not stuck with your roommates. There's tons and tons of people to interact with. So that's my advice. My advice is don't just stay with your little group. Branch out. I know it's hard because I'm not a mingler, but push yourself and try.
All right, Laura, let's go to number 7 on this one as well.
All right. So remember that you were chosen, right? You're special. You were there for a reason. So when you get stressed out and freaked out and overwhelmed, just remember that there was a reason why you were chosen, and that what we want is you. We want your brain. We want your knowledge. We want your excitement. We want your expertise. So don't freak out. You're there for a reason.
All right. Matt and Kelly, any reaction to Oprah there? We want you. Remember, you want an exceptional gift for the community.
I was just sharing today with a friend that I'm honored to be chosen, and I feel like I need to give more to the Den. And so you saying that, Laura, it does mean a lot, and I felt that way last year, but I felt like I was taking as much away from the Summer Institute as I could possibly wrap my head around. And now I think I'm in a different place where I'm ready to, I met lots of friends. I mingled with plenty of people. I really got to know, a handful of people while I was there. But now I think I'm more primed and ready to take the networking and take everything there is. I was a little overwhelmed last year at my first Summer Institute because I had nothing. I didn't know what to expect. But now that I kind of have a feel of what's about to happen, I'm thrilled to be. I'm ready for it.
All right, Matt. What does the mingle mean to you? You don't have to hang out with just your roomies, as it said.
It's amazing the quality of people that are here and the experiences that they have that they can bring you, and you don't know until you start talking with somebody. And you may think you have nothing in common, and you turn out you're completely connected to this person. And it'd be a shame not to try to talk and hang out with everybody that you can. You won't get a lot of sleep, and that's good. And I think if you come out this week and you're not completely, absolutely worn out and you've made a mistake, you haven't played hard enough, because there are so many cool people and so many opportunities, informal chances just to share and learn, and it's just a great, great experience.
All right, back to ways not to avoid burnout. Laura, number 5 was note-taking apps save the day. Right. Number 6 is, wait, I didn't take notes.
So just meaning that, don't worry if you don't take notes. I think we kind of talked about this before, but all the sessions are someone is taking notes, or they're like live tweeting about it, and there's always ways to catch up and see what you've missed.
All right. Number 7, you are not a giant sponge.
Uh-huh.
Right. You don't have to absorb everything. Like literally, you will explode if you try and absorb everything. I'm sure you first-timers will know from last year that it's too much. You can't do it.
It was, but Laura, I appreciate that everyone took notes, because the Summer Institute, for me, lasted well beyond the Summer Institute, because I could go back and revisit and replay. So, yeah, I wasn't ready to take everything in.
All right, Matt, what does that mean to you, not being a giant sponge, not having to be a giant sponge?
I think the important thing to remember is that you know somebody that knows the answer. And you go through that the first day or two, you're just scribbling everything down, and what was that website, and you're trying to grab everything. And you just need to realize that now you know somebody that knows the answer, you know somebody that can point you toward it, because it's completely overwhelming, and these are some of the smartest people I've ever been around. So just take the pressure off yourself, and you have something really unique to add. There's a reason, like you said, that there's a reason that you're here. It's very important that you just come and experience it and just play full out the best you can.
Kelly, can you talk a little bit about the people? As Matt was saying, some of the smartest people around, yet they're also approachable.
Oh, yeah. It was, for me, it was a little surreal, because I felt like I was among rock stars that I've always looked up to. I've read their books, I followed them online, and here I was meeting them in person. And at first I felt a little uncomfortable, like just engaging in a natural conversation. And then all the networking opportunities and playing games and hanging out, and I realized that they were just as excited to meet me and hear my experience as I was to pick their brain. So I will tell you that some of the individuals I met just last July have saved me professionally this year, and I have been able to reach out to them and point people to other members of the Den. So it's been a gift. So I want to meet everyone, and I want to know everyone's story this year, because I realize how difficult it is between seeing everyone face to face and then waiting a whole other year to have the experience again. So.
All right, there you go, everyone. Kelly wants to meet everybody.
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Laura, over to top 10 things not to miss at Den SI. Number 6, extra sightseeing adventures. Treat yourself.
I think that was pretty obvious, but there's always extra stuff to do, like after the sessions, and if you go before or you stay after, there's always more adventure to be had and more networking and more fun. So.
All right, I think Ron Swanson says a clock. We don't have that in America. All right, next one is college cafeteria dining.
Yeah, that you cannot miss. It's always an experience. I think, it also speaks for itself.
All right.
You never know what you're going to get. You might get like flower-shaped hamburgers. You might get something really awesome. Like I think last year the taco salad was really amazing. And it was huge. Giant taco salad.
Kelly, you have a response to that?
And there's always rules, and there's so much stuff that goes into the
I just had to
cafeteria.
remember the rules of going
Yeah.
back to college dining.
Right.
And once I learned the rules and you find a friend to remind you of the rules, then you're good.
I know,
Bye.
and then there's like sides and
The gray
not
line.
allowed, right?
Yeah.
There
It's
you
an
go.
adventure in
It was
itself.
great. It was really much appreciated.
Matt, we talked about being back on a college campus, what it's like, maybe many years removed from that experience.
I think it kind of helps because it kind of puts you back in that frame of you're there to learn and you're here with some of the best friends of my life were from college. So it just sort of reinforces all that. It's great being back. The dorm beds were just amazing. That foam that we were sleeping on, that was just the most high quality sleep that I've ever gotten. And that helped me because if I could have slept more, I wouldn't have been around everybody. So I didn't try to sleep much and just go hang out with everybody. But it's a great thing, and you're walking around, you're talking while you're walking. It's a big part of the experience, I feel like.
There you go. Well, folks, that's just about all the time we have for tonight. I want to thank our esteemed panel. I'm going to let them have another word here in a moment, but before I do so, I want to point everybody over to the Brandley New. That's wrong. DennisI15.com. Oh no, hold on. 2015.com. There it is. DennisI2015.com. Check it out. Newly updated. I know Dave and Leanne have been working hard on that. So DennisI2015.com. Kelly, I want to give you last words here. What do you got?
I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity, and I am really looking forward to meeting everyone, reconnecting with those I met last year, staying connected with those that won't be at Dunn Summer Institute, and I'm just ready to learn.
All right, Matt.
I'm excited to finally meet you in person, Brandon. Laura, I'm sorry that I won't get to hang out with you, but we'll still connect with our PLN. Kelly, great to see you again. I'm really excited for all the new friends we're going to make and just to connect with the other ones that we've already made.
All right, Matt. Just like your 3 truths and a lie, I think my new SOS will be try and find me. Maybe we'll make it a scavenger hunt. I don't know. I don't know what that means. DenCommunity.com for all your Den community needs. And don't forget, folks, denblogs.com as well. Laura Murphy, anything from you?
Thanks for letting me hang out.
As always, thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.